G'day, I'm Attila, and this is part 2 of the Land Cruiser build. I have decided to invest in a microphone and a tripod to become professional. I haven't done much since the last video. I've been really busy with TAFE and Bali and everything, but I'm back now and I'm going to make this thing look a bit better. The last thing I've done since coming back and posting the first part was just doing a little bit of rust converter on the top of the roof to see what happens, because I was curious and bored, but I haven't done much else besides that. I still need to take the windshield out, but that's going to happen at another day. This episode, man, I just got to write a list of stuff I need to do to fix it, but I want to deminify it today. I want to take the whip flag off so I can actually go through a Hungry Jack's drive-through without hitting the roof and making everyone annoyed. The beacon's cool. I reckon I could probably pull over anywhere and have no one question it if I had the beacon on. But I don't really need a beacon when I'm off-road unless I get bogged. But that's not going to happen because it's a Land Cruiser. So take all that off, and then all this mine spec pinstriping. Yes, it's hectic. Yes, it's very lovely, but it doesn't belong on my car. So I'll get rid of that. And then kind of I'll talk you through what I've noticed in driving it, what's gone wrong, what it needs to do. I've driven it about 1,500, 2,000 Ks as is since I've done that repair in the original video, just to make sure everything was all right and I'm not going to put a shit ton of money into a car that's going to blow up. So do a walk around, and then we'll start deminifying and stripping it. And this fucking isolator here, which I'll get a close-up of, people keep flipping it off. And every single time they flip it off, I lose my trips, I lose my connections to my Bluetooth, and I lose everything. So I'd like to get rid of that because that kind of shits me to tears a little bit. But I'll give you a bit of a walk around now. Alright, so we're going to get rid of all this striping. The high vis, that isolator needs to come off. That's got the 2 bolts there, or 2 screws I guess you could say, but the issue is I presume there's going to be a fat hole in the quarter panel, which is really annoying. So I'm going to have to replace this quarter panel. It's actually in pretty decent nick, so you know, it is what it is, but that's where you kind of deal with mine stuff. But yeah, I got to get rid of all this, even though it makes it look like a work car, so you can kind of never get pulled over, but need to get rid of it. So we'll grab a plastic razor blade and kind of just tediously, painstakingly, forever, just scrape behind it, peel it, scrape behind it, peel it. I've given it an attempt on the other side for maybe 10 minutes before I want to blow my brains out. So yeah, and then I realised, oh fuck, I'm actually replacing this quarter panel, so I wasted my time doing the one panel I'm replacing. So yeah, this door's getting replaced as well, but if I do it all, I might as well do it once, so take them all off. And then yeah, the only one I notice that comes off real easy is the tray. And the tray just comes off like butter, especially on a hot day. Today's not too hot, but you know, it just comes off. So yeah, gotta get that off and get the whip flag off. There's normally a quick disconnect right there, as you can see where I zoom in, but it's seized. So I'm just gonna remove the whole bracket, move the Deutsch plug, and I've actually got a plan. So these 2 lights here are reverse lights, and unfortunately, I'm sorry for anyone that is behind me at night when I'm trying to reverse out of my driveway, but it fucking blinds you. So what I want to do is, those are hooked up to the reverse switch, so when it goes in reverse they'll get power and turn on. These 2, the whip flags, like, got LED lights in it, and then the beacon are hooked up to a switch in the dash, and I don't need those. So what I want to see if I can do is, I don't know if the plugs are the same, because I use Deutsch plugs, so I'm presuming they might be the same. If not, kind of wire those two spotties into the switch on the dash. Sorry, it's not focusing. Into the switch on the dash, and then have just like camp lights hooked up to a switch, and then just delete those, and then I don't need those reverse lights, so I'll trace it back and see if I can delete it. If not, I'll just tape it off and zip tie it and do whatever. But yeah. Alright, so I've stripped back I had a lecky tape on here, and as I thought, it's just a 2-pin Deutsch plug. And then these are also a 2-pin Deutsch plug. So, you know, but in saying that, I just realised that, oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, in saying that, I just realised the male and the female ends are on opposite sides. And that wiring's all frayed, but all cracked and frayed. So I can't just straight swap them over, because this is the male side and this is the female side of the connector. This goes onto the light pole, and this goes towards the switch, I'm presuming, unless there's something hidden under here that I don't know. There's a lot daisy chained on, but yeah, and the male goes straight from the light. So if it was the other way around, straight plug and play, happy days. But unfortunately, life isn't that easy. So I have to de-pin it and re-pin it, but I'll figure it out. But I just got to take the 10mm bolts off this bracket and remove this whip flag, and then if someone wants it, let me know, because I'm not using it ever again. If not, it's gone in the bin. But remove that, remove the beacon, and then see where we're at from there. Alright, well, I've removed the U-bolts, or the nuts of the U-bolts. One of the U-bolts are bent, I don't know how. But I'm just open. Nice, it just fucking disintegrated, but we're all good. It's off. So now I can actually get drive through, which is an upgrade. Now these fucking, everything's gone everywhere, but it is what it is. And then I need to get rid of the, I don't know if that's focusing, the reverse beacon and the reverse beeper. Yeah, so get all that off, and then I want to get this fucking LV plate off. Because that's kind of, if you know, like sidecars will have the LV number or whatever it is on it. Get rid of all that, and then yeah, see where you're at from there. Hold your bloody horses. We have fucking procured the best thing in the world. So I was working on that tray. Then obviously I ran out of tools and everything, so I went back to work, and I worked the whole week, and then it came next weekend. So it's been a week since I last recorded those first clips like a second ago. And yesterday I was working on another car, and then I was perusing Marketplace, and nothing interesting. And then when I was working on the car, one of my mates sent me a link, and it was a tub. It was a dual cab wellbody tub, and I don't know, I'm pretty sure in the first episode I said I really wanted one, and it was a really good price. So I messaged, and I was sitting around, I was hoping, I was praying, and then it came through. Adam, the absolute legend, I don't know if you're watching this video, but you're a G unit. They had it up for 1,200, and he helped me out. I wasn't even going to negotiate or anything, but he gave it to me for $1,000. Absolute G unit, helping the old apprentice out, so makes my life a bit easier. And here it is behind here. So where I'm going now is I'm going to my mate's property, and he's got a forklift, so we'll get the old tray off and put the tub on. When the tray is off, I want to do a little bit of underbody coating and clean up the chassis on the rear end, make it look a bit nicer. But I'm real happy. I'll give you a quick spin around, but it's loaded up right back here. I don't know if you can see it, but I'll hop out and give it a quick walk around and show you what we got. And yeah, I'm a very happy man today. So hopefully this car will look 100% better. I got some before videos. So I've got a before and after. I'll go to the same spot for the after, and then we'll see the difference. Deminified plus tub. So yeah. All right, here it is. I'm a very happy man about getting this. It is not in the nicest of conditions. It was on an XLV mine car, but it is so much better than this fucking rooted tray. So got the bit strapped down. It's got everything in there we need. Not the biggest fan of the cut snake flares, but once they're color matched, they look alright. But I've got no flares on the front, so I need to get front flares as well. It is sitting awfully close to my grange. But yeah, yeah, so we'll head out now and get it all sorted out. But yeah, I'm very happy with it. But this has clear coat, well, at least isn't faded. I'm pretty sure these are a 1-pack anyway, and this is just chalky and matte. So this is fucked, and this is still nice. So it'll look a bit different, but it'll be alright. Right, we just arrived at my mate's property. Let's get this old tray off and this new tray on. Alright, I got that unloaded, as you saw from the very shit video of me doing it. Next thing I need to do is I need to take these lights out. I was going to use the lights that came with the tray, but they've all been cut and I can't be fucked wiring. These are all good and they are the same size as those. So I'm hoping those will just fit. Those look newer anyway, so fuck it, we'll use those. And then yeah, shit like the plate, lights, make sure the wiring's out of the way. And then there's bolts here, I think it's 3 either side, so there's 6 in total. So take all those out and hopefully you should just be able to lift it up and put it down. So we'll find out if anything else, but that loom, we'll figure out what's up with that loom, but that's not factory anyway, so that can all just disappear. Alright, so I've got the rear lights off. I've got the plate and plate lights off. I decided to make the plate lights permanent, so I had to just unbolt it straight from here. So that's all the loom off the rear. The only other thing that needs to come off before just unbolting the tray and pulling it off is this Deutsch plug they use to wire up all the top bits. But the only thing is you can't pull it through. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to cut it and then just pull it through. But I really want to have those spotties wired up because I was thinking of mounting those 2 spotties here and there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the loom. Then I'm going to figure out what's wired into what on that Deutsch plug, and then grab the pins for that. Then tape off the rest of the wires and wire in the spotties onto a switch. So it's a bit of wiring and all that, but it shouldn't be too hard. But yeah, figure that out. Then pull this tray off and figure the rest out. Cut the loom, got all that shit done. All the bolts are off except for one. Loom just sitting down there. They came off pretty easily except for these 2 back ones. These 2 here, I've got that side off, just need to get this side off. The issue is there's not enough space and you can't get a ratchet on it. So what you do is you get a spanner on it, and you chuck another spanner on the bottom to get more leverage. Kind of like that. You pull it and it should break free. I've been dousing it in CRC. It's kind of a 2-handed job, but pretty much that's what you do. And then you get it out. And so when I get that last bolt out, there's a breather, and that's it. And then we rip this off. Got all the bolts off. Those last 2 were a pain in the ass. But what I'll do now is I'll chuck that somewhere and we'll lift this off, then do the switcheroo and get it all back together. made a bit of a mistake. Everything else has come off fine, but there's a bracket here that attaches to the mudguard, attaches to the fuel neck. I'll take that off. So I'm just going to take the 2 bolts off. Get back to you. Right, just one 12 or 13mm bolt had to come off. Then I was going to lift it up a bit more and then go back. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Then the trace come off. I sort of went a bit further on, but didn't have a spot up. Alright, this is the tray off. Surprisingly, chassis is actually not too bad. This is the worst of it. Top side is actually quite nice. I was quite worried about it, but no, it's actually not rusty at all. So yeah, mint. Next thing, ideally, I was supposed to clean it down and do everything while the tray's off, but I just haven't got time. So I need to get that tub on and then head home. Alright, I'm back. My phone went flat while I was doing everything, but basically got the tub on now. Couple of issues. How we got it on is I basically fucking put slings around here and here on both sides, wrapped it around, got the forklift in like that. And then lifted it up, chucked it here, got my mate to do the fork while I was doing that. He didn't want to be on video, which is fair enough, but yeah, got it on, adjusted it up, but a couple of issues. One, no, the guy didn't have the hardware, so it's held in with one bolt. That thread is fucked, so it's just holding it there, but it's not actually in. So this side, I really bolted in. This side has got one of the bolts in. Yeah, one of the actual bolts in. One of the actual bolts in here, so that's what's holding in, but it's solid for now. Another issue, plate lights. Don't know what, my camera's not focusing. Plate lights, one of the loom, one side, they just pulled straight out of the Deutsch plug, and the other side, there's a split wire, so I need to sort that out. But yeah, everything else works fine. I reckon it looks fucking pretty good. Looks better than the tray. But made flares on the front. I got some flares sitting in there actually I got for free, so I'll chuck those on temporarily, but pretty sure I'm just going to have to get the cut snake flares, even though I don't like them, but the holes have already been drilled. So match front and rear and colour match them and make them look a bit better. But yeah, that will be it for today. It's a fucking long day. I didn't end up doing any of the chassis shit. I had somewhere to be and I had to go home. So I just got it on and I'll see if I can get the proper bolts and stuff for it. But yeah, I think it looks much better. But I'm going to take the mining strips off, which I'll probably just do without recording. I want to get this video up so you guys know I'm still actually keen on this series. And then next episode, I got some goodies for the car. I got a head unit and some interior accessories, UHF and all that. So yeah, we'll get all that going, but I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you.